Welcome to NWA Worldwide Wrestling fans. This is Don Coss Jr. with Bert Prentice. This match in progress was incredible last night. The Vols against the Aussies, Ashley Hudson and Bill Dundee. Bert, you were there. What did you think of the match?
I tell you what, it was a great match, but what an exciting hour of action we have today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, put the clicker down. You're not going to need it for this hour. This match, the Tennessee Vols, Reno Riggins, Stephen Dunn, taking on the legend superstar Bill Dundee and Ashley Hudson. They call themselves the Aussies, but let me tell you, last night at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena, they almost started a full-blown riot. This feud is out of hand, and I'll tell you right now, fans, the NWA Vice President Bill Behrens was on hand last night. He's held up the tag team title belts. The continuance of a match is going to be held tonight. We've already signed, but look at the skullduggery of this match, ladies and gentlemen. There you see people sitting in the upper tier. What a huge crowd last night at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena. And let me tell you, if you missed the Jerry Lawler Colorado Kid match last night, folks, you missed a Matt Classic.
Boy, that was a great match, Bert Prentice. And this one was incredible, too. This is the first time these two have met in the ring, these two teams, and already it broke into mayhem at the end of it.
You know, I hate to sound so cliche because you hear it on TV all the time. Boy, there's so much stuff happening. But there is so much stuff happening at NWA Worldwide. You got the Bad Street Boys in here. And let me tell you, they took the place by storm. You got Dundee and Hudson out of control. Colorado Kid, Chris Michaels' feud is just brewing. Bart Sawyer, wait till you see in the show, ladies and gentlemen. He rung the cowbell, let me tell you, Barnyard Briggs last night, knocked the kid senseless. I went in the dressing room, and Barnyard Briggs didn't know his name. And the list goes on and on. I mean, it was one of the most incredible nights of wrestling we've ever had in Nashville. And we're going to show you clips today. But ladies and gentlemen, we got a big one tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena. If you missed last night, we want you to come out and join us tonight. All general admission tickets, just $8. We got a fans bring the weapons match, and the wrestlers will be allowed to go out into the crowd and get the weapon of their choice and use it in the match. We have a North American title match and one of the biggest grud matches brewing. Bart Sawyer and Barnyard Briggs. I'm telling you, the fairgrounds are not big enough for that feud.
Well, absolutely, Bert Prentice. Last night, like you said, if you missed it, you missed incredible action, and I would not dare miss tonight, because tonight is going to be a continuation of what was started last night. And like you said, you can get in at regular price tonight. Whoa, Ashley Hudson missed the big elbow drop. This one's going to be incredible. This is where the fans get to bring the weapons for this match right here, and you are going to see incredible action.
Gets a tag to Reno Riggins. Dundee goes down. Hudson stunned.
Reno going back and forth, just rocking the house on these two guys. He's the house on fire. You've heard it before. This is true right here. Both of them going at it. Big four-way match here. The referees that lost control already.
But I tell you what, Bill Dundee is one of the dirtiest players of the game, and that's just not a cliche. He is, and the Vols got their hands full. This is a war. It started last night, and it's long from over. Reno almost taking Ashley Hudson's head off. Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to watch this match closely. This is unbelievable action from start to finish.
Absolutely, Bert Prentice. And Reno has his hands full with Ashley Hudson. You said he's got his hands full. He sure does. Spin him around. Oh, knocked the referee down. Oh, man. And Stephen Dunn is trying to go after Bill Dundee.
Dundee's dangerous position right now. Dundee's on his feet. Reno's getting a little dizzy over there. Dundee down. Has Stephen covered.
Could be a cover.
Count there. The referee is down. The referee has been taken out of this match. We need another referee in here. This is action from the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena last night. No referee seems to be coming down.
And yeah, it's going to a
Dundee Hudson.
It doesn't matter that the referee's out. The guys are still fighting. They don't care if there's a winner or a loser. They just want to fight. These guys are so mad at each other. They're trying to tear each other apart. Here comes another referee right now. Maybe he'll be able to restore some order.
He's conferring with Kurt Turler.
Kurt's down. I don't think he can even respond to what he's saying here. They're just letting the action go in the ring, and hopefully this other referee will get in here. Eric Hicks, come on, get on in the ring. Get control of this thing.
Well, I don't know if 7 referees could control this one. This feud, ladies and gentlemen, will end up out in the stands, and I mean in all 4 corners of the building. It was unbelievable. Looked like that tornado last April went through the fairgrounds. These folks were done. There's a DDT on the second referee. Now we do have nobody. No. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break here. I promise you, Wait till you see part 2 of this skullduggery. Put that clicker down. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You don't want to miss what you're about to see. It's intense. Boy, and I told you it was going to get wild. Both dressing rooms have emptied. And ladies and gentlemen, watch the craziness ensue. There's Faron Foxx. He needs a tow truck to lift him up in that ring. Why he's going so slow. Superstar Bill Dundee, absolutely out of control. Ashley Hudson, out of control. Stephen Dunn, Reno. Look at Hudson. He's become a maniac. Him and Reno Riggins, they can't even pull him apart.
Well, 4 guys can't hold back one of these guys. That's how insane this got. The dressing rooms, like you said, they emptied out. It took about 4 people to each one, and they still couldn't control them. The guys went all over them.
Bill Behrens is out looking all executive, wearing his blue jeans, up from Atlanta, Georgia. Tell him to knock it off. They think they're going to listen to him. No one listens to him. But I tell you what, Bill Dundee, the Vols, and look at, they're all taking their shots. They're beating on anybody who gets in the way.
I just can't believe this, Bert. These guys just hate each other so much. This is going to be the biggest feud NWA has seen in a long time.
Well, I tell you, it got out of hand, and folks, stay tuned. Watch this, because they're going to go on the floor. They're going to go all over the building. These 4 people hate each other's guts.
Yeah, I just can't believe it. Look at Bill Dundee. He's kicking through the guys. The Duke is down. Ashley's down. They're pulling him by the legs. They can't pull him away. He's hanging on.
Well, they're pulling each other's hair here. This is when I come out. And the first thing I seen, just grabs, gobs of hair they were grabbing. It was just unbelievable, just intense fighting. There I'm trying to pull Dundee's foot to get one of them out of the ring. Then he wants to try to swing at me. And now you got Hudson in there. Just absolutely will not let go. Finally, they pry him off. Then Dunn gets on top of him. I'm telling you, of course, by this time, Bill Behrens has held up the belts. The Vols are no longer the champions. Oh, Dundee just delivers a chair to the back of the red-headed stepchild. Now it'll be the red-back stepchild.
Well, you aren't kidding there, Bert. And Bert, I have a lot of respect for you for getting down the middle of that, because I wouldn't have gotten into that for the world. There's no way I could have.
It just got crazy, and I didn't obviously want any of my fans getting hurt. And when it gets this nuts and these wrestlers lose their minds, and it happens, it just gets tough, if you know what I mean. So I just, want to make sure everybody's safe. Safety is my first priority. And you cannot pull Ashley Hudson off of Reno Riggins. Now, we pretty much have him subdued here, so we think.
Yeah, so you think. Ashley Hudson's like a wolf.
I don't know why Bill Behrens is even running his mouth. Ain't no one going to listen to him in the heat of this action. The belts have been held up. That's just fine.
The only thing that got this match separated was when everybody got a chair and it was a standoff, just like the Old West when they both got the guns on each other. No one knew what to do.
Well, you thought it was a standoff, but you're going to see it's even far from over at this point, folks.
Yeah, far from over, but it looks like it's calming down, just like you say. But there's everyone in the ring with their chairs. It looks like everyone's going back to the dressing room.
Breaking out over on the east side of the building.
Bill Dundee, he's out of control. Look at him. He's like a little photon torpedo.
There, Ashley Hudson taking his pot shots at Reno. There's Stephen Dunn with a chair.
Oh, just swinging at everybody.
Kenny.
Bill Dundee ran up. Oh,
there is Ashley Hudson and Reno Riggins going into 4 rows of ringside. I'm telling you, it's out of control. And it's out of control so bad that tonight we've made the match. Fans, you bring the weapons, and the wrestlers can come to your seat and take whatever weapon you got and use it in the match. Right now we're going to go to a break. We got lots more action.
Hello, Nashville, all the fans out there. I'm TJ Gray, the Prodigy from Atlanta, Georgia. I would just first like to say thanks for all the support you give me in the first 8 months I've been here. Of course, like everybody else, there's one person who's been a thorn under my side the whole time we've been here. Skinny Kenny Harden, you know who you are, and you know that you and me tonight in the Nashville Fairgrounds are going to go one-on-one. And this time around, they say anything that I break, I must pay for. I'm bringing lots of money with me, and on top of that, Skinny, when you leave here tonight, you'll have exercise that will really work off the weight.
Let me tell all you rednecks out there, tonight, right here, Bill Behrens, you bring them belts tonight. In a few short hours, and Ashley Hudson and Bill Superstar Dundee is going to be the new tag team champions. Because if you think we can't beat that stinking Vols team, you got another thing coming. This suck lady.
Bert Prentice, titles, whatever, it doesn't matter. We want some of their ass in this building. Whatever you can sign it, whatever he can sign it, whoever can sign a match, whoever's authorized in this building to get those two. Well, you got one tonight, I promise. Anything goes in this one, Steve.
You talk about what the hell? I'll tell you what the hell. You know, for a long time now, we've been doing what the fans want us to do, and that's kicking butt and taking names. And tomorrow night, right here in Nashville, I want each and every one of you to show back up, because I'm going to promise you something. Bill Dundee, you've run roughshod over Tennessee for a lot of years. But tomorrow night, right here, Nashville, Tennessee, no disqualification. That's just the way we like it. So you bring it on. And Bill Behrens, you do what you think you gotta do. Because when we walk in here tomorrow night, two things are gonna happen. They're gonna get their ass kicked, and we're getting our titles back. And you people know why? It's a no DQ.
Tell you what, tonight at the Nashville Sports Arena, Saturday night, we want a no disqualification match, and we know that Nashville, Tennessee is going to be behind the Vols, so we want the fans to bring a weapon of their choice, and me and Stephen Dunn are going to use them on your ass.
Tomorrow night, like we said, we're getting our belts back, and we're going to kick their ass. You know why? Because we're the most dangerous tag team in professional wrestling. Hey, what do they call you, Reno?
The Tennessee Vols, baby!
Pay us if they can!
It's all going to happen tonight right here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Fans, bring the weapons. Anything goes. Trash cans, tire irons. Fans, bring what you want. Fans, weapon match tonight right here in Nashville. The Vols against Dundee. The fans can bring the weapons of their choice, and you can use them. Oh, yes. We're going to have it tonight, Nashville Fairgrounds. Fans, bring the weapons, and the Vols against the Aussies. Anything goes. The winners will be the new tag team champions. It's a weapons match tonight, Nashville.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. Don Coss Jr. and Bert Prentice. This match is the debut of the Bad Street Boys.
Well, Don, you've been hearing me talk about them. Here they are. And they're four of the brightest prospects in the National Wrestling Alliance in the ring. Christian York, the long black tights, being thrown off by the redheaded stepchild. The Bad Street Boys are made up of Christian York, Shane Helms, Shannon Moore, and Joey Matthews. And these kids, I tell you what, they set the place on fire last night. And you're going to like these boys, girls. Come on out and see them live in person. They'll be here tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. And I tell you what, they are four to be reckoned with in the ring.
Well, and Bert, I'm going to let you just call out their names as they get in the ring, because you know them more than I do, and you can introduce them to the fans as they make their appearance. Now, their opponents, now I know these guys are Chad Hawke, the red-haired stepchild, who's in the ring now.
Now Christian York just tagged out the young Shane Helms out of North Carolina. And, we spent the whole day in Nashville filming a video that we're going to premiere hopefully next week on these four youngsters, or in a couple weeks. And they're just four-class individuals. They're great methodic wrestlers. I mean, we're just tickled to death. I mean, four of the hottest prospects in the country, and they're called the Bad Street Boys. Now Shane has tagged out the young Joey Matthews, and Matthews, a strong candidate out of the Maryland area. And I'll tell you what, last night they had the girls lined up a mile long, taking pictures and signing autographs. And in the ring now is Bill Behrens' favorite young kid dynamo, Shannon Moore. He's no stranger to Nashville wrestling, and I tell you, this kid can plain knock your head off, and for being under 200 pounds, he can take the fight to you, and I seen him whip some 300-pounders.
Yeah, is there a chance to whip a 300-pounder in just a minute? Well, Faron Foxx is awful close to a 300-pounder, if not more. But Skinny Kenny's over there, and I believe he definitely tips the scales past 300 pounds.
Well, this paper says Skinny Kenny weighs 164 pounds.
Yeah, and the paper I saw said Faron Foxx weighs, a slim trim 199, but, we know that they like to stretch the truth a little bit, too.
Christian York climbing to the top rope. These kids are taking it to these four veterans
Yeah.
And the fans are loving it.
Yeah, I was absolutely impressed with their teamwork last night, Bert. The four, they worked well together. They're great independent wrestlers on their own. And also, I noticed they were breaking out a lot of luchador
There's Ernest T, one of my favorites. I tell you, this Faron Foxx is double dangerous, and Christian York is not going to want to give him the chance to get to his feet. The Bad Street Boys have invaded Nashville. There I told you, Foxx double tough, throws him across, ducks under, and a drop kick, and Foxx down to the mat.
That's a lot of weight to be taken over, too, with an arm drag. Beautiful, he's got it locked in there. And you're pointing out Ernest T down the corner, also Miss Savanah. They've got double the brain power behind them tonight.
Absolutely.
And
so Miss Savanah, and let me tell you, talk about being dangerous at ringside. But that Ernest T don't mind taking that brick out and just knocking your head off with it. There's Skinny Kenny, self-proclaimed weight 161 pounds or 64 pounds. Now you see Christian York tagging out to young Shannon Moore. Shannon's in the ring. It's Shannon, Joey, Shane, and Christian, the Bad Street Boys. And all four of them will be in Nashville tonight, girls. Coming out. General admission tickets only $8. And we'll show you some of the hottest wrestling you're ever going to see. Can you imagine the fans tonight, whatever they have laying around home, whether it be a picture frame, whether it be
trash can lid,
anything, car iron, baseball bat, they can bring it. And if the Vols want to use it, or if Dundee and Hudson want to use it, the fans can donate a weapon to the match. Going to be incredible. And let me tell you something, this match, and we're not giving it enough due. Colorado Kid beat Jerry the King Lawler last night. It was a disqualification due to Stacy's interference. Chris Michaels won the big bunkhouse brawl last week. Chris Michaels, Colorado Kid, is going to be a mat classic, and that's tomorrow night, and that's for all the marbles. You got something for everybody, I mean, tonight, and I tell you what, it's going to be intense.
Yeah, it sure is, Bert Prentice. And back to that thing about Chris Michaels and Colorado Kid.
What a move! Did you see that?
Absolutely.
My gosh, sends him out to the floor.
Out he goes, man. He is laying there. Ernest T coming to check on him, and they've got big Alcatraz in the ring. Boy, that is a huge man, and he is all muscle there. These little guys, less than 200 pounds, they held their own with this big guy.
Double dangerous, you're not kidding. Also, I'm very proud to tell the folks that tonight in Nashville, Faron Young's son, Robin Young, will be singing the national anthem. And any of you fans of Faron Young, boy, Robin is just what a chip off the old block. And Robin Young, the son of Faron Young, will be singing the national anthem tonight, so come on out and enjoy that too.
Well, if he's even half as good as his father was, that's incredible, because Faron Young was one of the best country music performers in the history of country music.
Yeah, he wasn't a class individual, and his son is absolutely carrying on the family name, and we're proud to, he's a good friend of the Colorado Kids, and we're proud to have him here and be here tonight with his family. Joey Matthews up and over, down. Chad Hawke up and over. My gosh!
Ate
almost
that drop kick.
Takes his head. Absolutely.
Look at him. He's stumbling around. That's a new dance move for Chad Hawke.
Joey Matthews, a little bit of his greenness showing there. Getting the crowd
Didn't follow
going.
up quick enough.
Can't worry about the crowd here, boys. You got to worry about what's inside them ropes.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, them are four of the most dangerous wrestlers you ever seen standing across them. These wrestlers are no pushovers.
Oh, absolutely not. They could make a formidable team themselves, but they just lack. And they are more experienced than the Bad Street Boys. Don't get me wrong.
Ernest T's right there. You got to be careful of him. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a break right now. Put down that clicker. I'm telling you, you're going to want to see the end of this match. The Bad Street Boys, while Faron Foxx being devious there. We'll be right back after this word. Boy, the grudges are building, and we're going to have... And we're back to action. Faron Foxx scooping up Joey Matthews for a body slam. Foxx tagging out. And who's coming in? Oh, it's a dangerous Alcatraz. It's the Bad Street Boys, ladies and gentlemen, on their debut
Oh,
match.
wow. I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you see that? That was incredible, Bert.
Nobody's
Just
home.
totally missed and just hurt himself. Man, he is down. That's what you have to do with a big guy like that, though.
Fans are screaming for Joey Matthews to make the tag. Matthews has been in the ring quite a while while we were at break, and he makes a tag to my favorite, Christian York, and Faron goes down. Skinny Kenny sent reeling. Faron backpedaling. Now, well, my gosh, all 8 men in the ring now. It's a wild melee. Ernest T and Savanah on the ringside. Don't forget them out there.
Oh, Alcatraz over the top rope. Faron Foxx thrown out through the bottom rope. They're all spilling outside now, and this match is getting crazy too, just like the
You
earlier
can
one.
feel it. The fans love the Bad Street Boys. Well, Shane Helms up on the top rope.
What's-
Where's he going?
Wow.
He's airborne,
Wow, spotty off
flying
the
all
top.
the way to Chicago. My gosh.
Man, the Luchadors got nothing on these guys, let me tell you. Skinny Kenny's out there looking confused. I guess those colorful tights would confuse anybody.
No, he's looking for the payoff window and don't know where
Oh,
it's at. My
man.
gosh, did you see that?
Yeah, I sure did. Like a backwards moonsault took Alcatraz down. It looks like he's having trouble getting up too. That was Shannon Moore, I believe.
Now, what in the world can Chad Hawke
Oh, he
be
thinks-
doing on the top rope
He's
except
gonna-
to get
Oh.
wrapped? And that's what happens.
That's what he gets for trying to play the Bad Street Boys game right there. All right, now, who's this one again, Bert?
Joey Matthews in the blue, Christian York.
Okay,
And the black.
Hurricane off the top. Christian York. Oh, big frog splash. 2, 3. That's
and the
it.
Bad Street, listen to this crowd go nuts. The Bad Street Boys win their debut here at NWA Worldwide. And Lawler's on the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. Colorado Kid laying motionless in the ring, comes down with a big fist, and nobody's home. Fans going nuts, and it's a Colorado Kid dropkick. Jerry Lawler knows Colorado Kid's on fire, backs him in, whips him across, down hard, and a clothesline sends Lawler down to the mat. Colorado Kid, Jerry the King Lawler, only in Nashville, Tennessee. Whips Lawler across, down hard again. And ladies and gentlemen, you want to see the end of the match? Whoops, you should have bought a ticket. We'll be right back after this word.
Going back in time, wrestling fans, to the Battle Royal to determine the #1 contender for our Colorado Kids North American title. Yeah, you see that it's already gotten out of hand. Ashley Hudson has interfered, and he's got Stephen Dunn on the floor in this match. Faron Foxx, you are in the match. Check it out. What are you doing there?
It was, and I got my purse, and I'm winding it up now just to knock somebody out with it. But I'm telling you what, this was a great battle royal, a bunkhouse battle royal. Anything goes. People were bringing chairs, sticks, brooms, everything was entering that ring, and they were really using it to their advantage.
And don't forget that tonight they're going to get to do the same thing. You see the Vols chasing Ashley Hudson back to the dressing room. Tonight, the fans can bring weapons, and they'll use it then. The Aussies against the Vols, fans weapon match, anything goes. Don't forget it's going to happen again tonight.
And this match right here, the bunkhouse battle royal, is what determined, Don, what determined the main event tonight. You know,
Yes, I do know the #1 contender against the Colorado Kid for the North American title tonight. And also, don't forget that the tag team titles are being held up tonight. So that match will be determined. The champions will be determined between the Aussies and the Vols. And at this point, the Battle Royal has gotten down to the last few participants. It looks like we've got...
did you see that? I just knocked his block off with that chair. I just put Prodigy out.
There he goes out now. You remember that you did that. That was impressive, Faron Foxx. Look out for the chair. Oh, got you good.
I'm telling you what, that Barnyard Briggs, he can swing a chair, but not many of them can swing like me. And then Chris Michaels is giving to him in the gut right there. You know, this determined the #1 contender for tonight's match. The Colorado Kid did beat Jerry the King Lawler last night and at the February reunion show. So tonight, the Colorado Kid will defend his title against the winner of this bunkhouse battle royal.
That is absolutely correct, Faron Foxx, and it's not Barnyard Briggs. We know that. Chris Michaels just threw him out of the ring, and it looks like Shane Eaton's got a hold of you. One of these three men became the winner for tonight's match. Was it you? Was it Shane Eaton or Chris Michaels? Well, we know the answer, but if you weren't there, you're going to have to watch the end of this match to see.
And me and Chris Michaels, we're really working over Shane Eaton right now. We were the last three contenders left in the match, and I was hoping now. I was like, oh my gosh, I've got a chance to be the #1 contender for the title, and I was really excited right here. And we're gonna watch this. We're gonna sail him off with this double backdrop, but no.
Yeah, Shane Eaton caught you on that one. He's got, what is he doing to you, Faron? Oh, pushing you over the top. Out you go. And the #1 contender, and he will face the Colorado Kid tonight, is Chris Michaels. He doesn't have to worry about collecting the bounty for the belt. He's going to go after it himself.
Colorado Kid, last night you just went through the most grueling match of your life with the King. And now, 24 hours later, Colorado, you got to step in the ring with the greatest showman in the NWA, Chris Michaels. And let me tell you something, getting through the match with me is going to be a miracle you will never pull off. So, Colorado kid, I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm going to prove to you and I'm going to prove to the whole world that Chris Michaels is the new North American heavyweight champion, whether you or anybody else likes it. So I'll see you tonight, you punk.
Well, Chris Michaels, I hear you out there laughing. Well, let me tell you something. I just crawled out of the ring with Jerry the King Lawler, 45 minutes with him, and I defended my belt against him. If I've got to take on 6 matches between now and you, I'll still beat you. Tomorrow morning, just like every other morning, I get up, run 2 miles, I go work out, then I come down here, and I kick in your teeth.
Boy, the grudges are building.
So tomorrow night, I'm telling you something, Colorado kid. Be careful. Be watching over your shoulder every second that you're in this ring. Nobody, but nobody, puts their hands on Stacy and gets away with it.
Those comments from the King Jerry Lawler towards the Colorado kid, possibly threats about what's going to happen to him tonight. We are now joining this match already in progress. This was last night's manure match between Barnyard Briggs and Bart Sawyer. And if you wonder what Bart Sawyer's looking at, there's the trough of manure right there in front of the ring. The winner is the one who throws the other person into it.
Gross, 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 gross. And I seen Bart Sawyer over there looking at that big old line of manure. I can't believe that they would sign a match where the loser is the one that gets pushed into the manure. And right there shows the wrestling capability of Bart Sawyer. That was a classic arm drag delivered on Barnyard Briggs.
Well, we know Bart Sawyer well enough to know, yes, he is a fine wrestler, but, you know, it's Barnyard Briggs. He isn't fazed by the manure being there. He's used to being around it. But, see, neither man left this match happy, and that's why tonight they're going to have a rematch, and there's a lot of bad blood there. It could spill out. It could get crazy. A lot of revenge will be taken tonight.
Well, they had manure last night. Ain't no telling what they're going to have tonight. You can never tell with these two individuals because both of them are very unorthodox.
Yeah, and speaking of, you never can tell what's going to happen tonight or what they're going to have tonight. How about the match between the Vols and the Aussies tonight? You sure can't tell what they're going to have in their match because the fans can bring anything to the arena for them to use as weapons on each other.
Exactly, anything they want to bring. And right there, I'm telling you what, he scooted out, but he's seen that manure, and he wasn't about to go because he followed up with a nice combination by Barnyard Briggs with 2 hip tosses and I think it was a body slam, and right there, a big clothesline. This Barnyard Briggs is making his own in the wrestling business, but tonight, you're opening up with a fantastic match. You got TJ Gray, the prodigy, against a veteran in the wrestling business, Skinny Kenny, and and then you've got the return. We seen them last night. You've seen them earlier in the show. The Bad Street Boys. These guys are something to be reckoned with. And, I was in that match with them last night. And, yes, they got the upper hand. But Chad Hawke will be my partner tonight. And let me tell you something. The redheaded stepchild, Chad Hawke, is one tough athlete. And we had a conference after that match last night. And we got our strategies together. And tonight is going to be a totally different story when we take on 2 of the Bad Street Boys, but we don't know which 2. It's like they get to the ring and they make the decision about who's going into the ring.
Well, I'd say that puts you guys at a disadvantage because they know which 2 of you they're facing, and you're saying you have a strategy. Well, how can you have too much of a strategy when you don't even know which 2 you're going to be facing?
But we got to look at all 4 of them last night. So we're going to just base our strategy on their general wrestling style. Like I talked to Chad Hawke, we reviewed the tape earlier last night. After the match, we review the tape and we know what we're going to go after and we know the weaknesses and we're going to go right after them. And then you got Barnyard Briggs and Bart Sawyer tonight. You're going to see at the end of this match what happened, what transpired to bring this big grudge match on tonight. These 2 guys really do not generally like each other.
Well, absolutely. You're right there, Faron. We've talked about that some, but I want to talk about, the matches going on here. Why don't you talk about some of the other action tonight that we haven't mentioned, such as, how about Colorado Kid and Chris Michaels? Now, we mentioned at the beginning that Jerry Lawler had made threats, possibly insinuating that he may make a surprise appearance tonight to get back at Colorado Kid. But the big story is Chris Michaels is a #1 contender. He won the Battle Royal. He has been angry at the Colorado Kid. He's had a bounty on the belt. And he is one of only 3 men to have beaten the Colorado Kid before for the North American title. And if anyone can get it back tonight, he can. And he's going to pull out every trick in the book. He's mad. Colorado Kid may not leave with the belt, and he may not leave with his wrestling career even.
Well, you know, Don, unlike you, I am a true journalist, okay? And I went and researched this, and I interviewed these people. Now, you know, I didn't talk to the Colorado kid because you got to get past Bert Prentice, and that's almost impossible. But, you know, it is almost impossible to get past Bert Prentice. But, you know, you got Chris Michaels, and I talked to Chris Michaels. He said he is sick and tired of sending other people to do what he needs to do himself, because he told me, you know, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself, and he's putting that $5,000 back in his child's college fund where it belongs. He wants his kids to go to Harvard, so he's putting that money back in his child's college fund. And tonight in Nashville, Tennessee, tonight, Chris Michaels, well, I just upped the ante a little bit. Chris Michaels is going to take, I guarantee you almost, I'm putting my money on Chris Michaels that tonight he will beat the Colorado kid for the North American title.
And we all know how much good a Faron Foxx guarantee is. But fans, I want to see you all bring your weapons out tonight. I want you to bring baseball bats. I want you to bring meat trays. I want you to bring old VCRs that don't work or anything that you're trying to get rid of, any junk around the house, because the Vols would like to take those things and break them over the heads of the Aussies, Ashley Hudson and Bill Dundee, for what they did last night.
So all you rednecks, get your old turntables and your 8-track players out there, bring them on ringside and play it so one of these guys can play a tune on somebody's head tonight.
And Faron, you know, I know you were talking about the match between Prodigy, one of the up-and-coming superstars, and the veteran Skinny Kenny. Skinny Kenny wears that shirt. He says, "I hate fat people." Where does that put you in his opinion?
Well, as Skinny Kenny well knows that I have been on his weight loss program for a long time. Skinny Kenny has one of the best weight loss programs right out there, and I think the number is I haven't got that right now, but I'm going to find out the number so I can tell everybody next week, all you fat, out-of-shape rednecks, I'm talking to you, Bonnie, all you fat, out-of-shape rednecks, you need to get on this new program, Skinny Kenny's Get Skinny with Kenny. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. And you know what? I'm glad they're going to get this manure cleaned up at the Nashville Fairgrounds before tomorrow night, because they got to get that back, you know, in Betty Green's backyard, you know, where she's, you know, getting all that grass all sown for the spring season. But I'm telling you what, look at Barnyard Briggs is choking. He's choking right there. He's choking on Bart Sawyer. It's ridiculous. He's not even having any rules in this match.
Well, they're fighting hard. I mean, Bart Sawyer does not want to go into that manure. Barnyard Briggs doesn't want to go into the manure. I mean, they're fighting this hard. Neither of them wants to. And, you know, I don't think the fans got a good enough look at the Bad Street Boys last night. The women were going crazy. They couldn't take their eyes off them. And, Faron, I don't think you could take your eyes off a couple of them either.
Well, I will say that they're quite attractive, and they seem to be great athletes. But I can't believe you said that Barnyard Briggs doesn't want to go in the manure. Have you ever smelt Barnyard Briggs? It's like he lives in manure. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't make it a point to go around sniffing other wrestlers when they're in the dressing rooms. But anyway, as far as I can tell, Barnyard Briggs, even though he has been on the farm, he's no stranger to manure. I don't think he exactly likes to roll around in it.
Oh my gosh!
Well, Bart Sawyer just fell and hurt himself in the unmentionable jewels.
We're talking like Mighty Mouse right here.
Oh, into the manure with Bart Sawyer. There's your winner of the match, Barnyard Briggs. Look at Bart Sawyer. He is furious. Oh, man. So Bart Sawyer doesn't leave this match happy, but believe me, Barnyard Briggs didn't either.
Well, I'll tell you what. Man, these things suck. Here, hold this. I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to start calling him Bart Sawyer.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Bart. Beat him up with that can. Knock that redneck out. I swear, Don, this is the kind of stuff I like to see. I like to see Bart Sawyer whip him up real good.
All right, stop it, Faron. Just cut it out. That's not what we're here for. We're here to be journalists and to give commentary on the match, not to take sides.
I'm sorry, I'm being totally non-biased.
Oh, this is terrible. This is awful. I said Bart Sawyer didn't leave the match happy because he went into manure. And like I said earlier, Barnyard Briggs didn't leave the match happy.
He's got some knots on his head.
Yeah, he's getting that frying pan taken to him. And that's just one of many things you may see the Vols use against the Aussies tonight when those fans bring everything imaginable to the building for their match.
He's got the same milk bucket that Barnyard used on his cows. Or, I'm sorry, his father. I mean, that morning.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if tonight Barnyard Briggs gets hold of one of those weapons meant for the Vols and the Aussies and takes it out on Bart Sawyer and gets a little revenge for this thing.
He is taking that boy.
Oh,
you know
my
what?
God.
He's giving him the woodshed whipping his daddy should have gave him a long time ago.
Man, Barnyard Briggs looks like he is done for business. Man, can't wait to see tonight what he does.
Boy, the grudges are building.